We've sold over £320 million of a property. We've moved thousands of clients. We've got hundreds of 5-star reviews. Some people think that all estate agents are the same. Some are great, some are crap. Forget the fee, forget the pictures, forget what websites they advertise on, if they do videos or if they do social media marketing. When it's all said and done, what it comes down to is their ability to negotiate. I'm going to be sharing 3 secrets to be a master property negotiator. All right, so some people think that all estate agents are the same, but they're not. I'm going to tell you why. Some are great, some are crap. You break that down. Some are great negotiators, some are negotiators. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 secrets to be a master property negotiator. And this is for estate agents, might be watching this to up your game. This is for people thinking of selling their house, so you can make sure that the agent you choose is a great negotiator. Because fundamentally, forget the fee, forget the pictures, forget what websites they advertise on, if they do videos or if they do social media marketing. When it's all said and done, what it comes down to is their ability to negotiate. When that buyer's secured, what they're going to do and the strategy they're going to use and the process they're going to stick to that they've built over years of experience, what they're going to do to negotiate the best possible price out of somebody who wants to buy your property. Now let me start on this. A successful negotiation is where all parties are content with the outcome. Doesn't mean someone's got to win, doesn't mean someone's got to lose, because if someone wins, someone loses. You got to be content with the outcome. No one's got to be skipping down the road happy that they've just sold their house for 10 grand under asking price, or there's no buyer kind of high-fiving their wife saying, we've just saved a fortune. It needs to be content with the outcome. So let's jump in. Now, if you're not a master negotiator, you're going to watch this thinking, no Sherlock, but you will be massively surprised the amount of agents out there who really haven't got a clue how to negotiate. Remember, I love estate agency. I own an estate agency. We've sold over £320 million of a property. We've moved thousands of clients. We've got hundreds of 5-star reviews. But I also understand that there's some terrible estate agents out there, which is what gives us all a really bad reputation. Now, add to the fact that it's an unregulated, unqualified, unlicensed industry. Any Tom, Dick and Harry can set up an estate agency tomorrow and then start selling houses. There's no real need for skill or expertise. But when you're serious about it, like we are, and at Power Bespoke, all our team are certified advanced negotiators. You want to get your clients the best outcomes, not just sell houses. So I'm going to break down 3 things that we do. We've got a very detailed 9-step negotiation plan that we all stick to. I'm going to share 3 of those things in this video right now so you can benefit from them. Let's go. Golden rule number 1. Never, ever, ever accept the first offer. This is like schoolboy error number 1. I see it happen so many times when we're negotiating for our clients on their purchase property. We ring the estate agent, make the offer, and they're like, okay, I'll speak to my client. They ring back, they'd love to accept. That's like, no one makes an offer with their most amount of money, surely. And if they do, they shouldn't be. So rule number 1, never accept the first offer. One of the big issues with accepting the first offer is it puts doubt in the buyer's mind that they're paying too much for it. If it's too easy, they'll be thinking, oh, bummer. Maybe I could have got that for, I've offered 500. It's on at 525. They've accepted 500 straight away. Maybe I could have offered 480 and that might have been accepted. So it causes potentially more room for renegotiation later down the line. Rule number 2, never counter the first offer. You could be thinking, what do you mean? So obviously, there's an element of backwards and forwards in a negotiation. You should never counter the first offer. Just flatly refuse it and see what the buyer does. The buyer might never come back to you. The buyer might come back to you in an hour. The buyer might come back to you in a week to say, look, I've been thinking about it and my 500 grand offer, I get it, it's not been accepted. I could increase to 510. So it's always best to flatly refuse the offer and let's see the buyer's next move off the chessboard. Because what you're also doing there is you're gauging their motivation. If you, the seller, or your estate agent has to be the driving force behind the negotiation, and without that driving force, the negotiation wouldn't go anywhere, then the writing's probably on the wall that they're not particularly committed, or maybe they've just, and it happens a lot this, maybe they've just gone out on a Saturday, seen 3 or 4 houses they like, what I call multi-offered on 2 or 3 properties, they've chucked their offers in, not particularly motivated on any particular house, and they're going to wait and see which ones come back to accept. That happens a lot, so be careful of that. Rule number 3. Now, they shouldn't really be in number order because they're all increasingly equally important. But this one comes down to the psychology of negotiation. And this is never give hope when it comes to the first offer. Never give hope. I experience daily estate agents doing this. Let me talk you through a scenario. I ring an estate agency for my client and I say, "Hi, Mr. Estate Agent. My client viewed that house. They love it. They would like to offer 500. Estate agent says, "Okay, thanks for that. I really appreciate that offer. Let me speak to the sellers and I'll get back to you." I've now left that call with hope. Hope that the 500 grand is going to be accepted. Here's how it should be done. When I ring the estate agent, "Hi, Mr. Estate Agent. My clients love the house and they really want to buy the property." "Oh, great, Perry. What would they like to offer?" "They would like to offer 500. "Ah, okay. Really appreciate the offer, but I know that won't be enough for my sellers. What would their next offer be?" See the difference? My reply then would be, "Okay, understood. Speak to your sellers and come back to us." But I'm not left with any hope whatsoever. I'm thinking now, I better speak to my clients to see what their next offer is going to be. And if you're speaking directly, if you're an estate agent and you're speaking with a buyer directly, then the buyer puts the phone down thinking, "Oh, damn it, they're going to reject that. What would our next offer be?" So they start thinking about it. So never give hope. Particularly on the first offer. You're never going to counter the first offer. You're just going to receive it, reject it, see what happens next. When it comes to the negotiation, you're best not giving hope on that first offer because you want to make sure you're going to get them up from the initial offer. Remember, every offer is just an initial offer. Too many sellers and too many estate agents think it's the only offer, but it rarely is. In a survey recently, I forget where I read it, but it was really interesting data that said, I think 72% of buyers that were surveyed would have paid more for the property they purchased if they were pushed. Now, I'm not saying push people to the point that they really can't afford it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying push people past the level they really want to pay for it. I'm not saying that at all. What you do need to do though, is push to get the best price possible for your client. So there we go. 3 tips to be a master property negotiator. That's just 3 of 9 that our team stick to when we're acting for sellers and clients. We've got an equally good one for acting for buyers. But if you need any help or advice, there's a link in the description to contact our team, book an advice call, and we'll see you soon.